love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. Here's the scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Los Angeles Chargers. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run it now with Robinson. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Shotgun. Here's Herbert. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That's taken on the 25. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start out here with the option left. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Not a lot of running room there. Not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. This is caught. It's Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting us inside the 25. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
From the 10, 1st and goal. They'll run here with Edwards. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Once more, Edwards. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. They go play action now. Jackson. And a quick throw here that's complete. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. Now the Ravens have taken the early lead. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They'll run here with Robinson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. Looking deep for Adams. And that's caught inside the 35.
We live for this.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Devontae Adams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Jackson going to give this one to Edwards.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
These two teams all tied after one. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Darren Lee able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage. Loss of a yard. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
No, we change it. Right there, 54, right there, 54 miles.
Here's Jackson to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Uchenna Nwosu got the sack there.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. And let's check on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Man open, that's Henry Ruggs. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run. Robinson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Rashawn Slater, 1st-round pick in 2021, guilty there. Again, Herbert. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
On 1st down, Robinson. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 9, Herbert letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Devontae Adams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. McCann's got it teed up. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. And Marquise Brown is definitely a guy who can take the top off of a defense and make the big catches downfield. Also known as Hollywood. Now in his 3rd season from Oklahoma, wants to make more catches like the one we just saw there, the routine variety.
Now Jackson on 1st down. Checks this down to Edwards out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now Jackson steps away to his left. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 31-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. A give for Edwards running right. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To the right side, this is Edwards. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Off the option, here's Edwards. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Rolling to his right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Okay, just like that. Just like that. Bang, 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 bang. Right there, 54, right there, 54 Mike.
Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Tucker with an extra point, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. On first down, it's Herbert. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. A shotgun snap for Herbert. This one caught by Kittle. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, Herbert. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Herbert. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, and they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Here's 2nd and 10. Herbert throwing again. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. They'll get that to the rookie from Minnesota, Rashad Bateman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the giver. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They'll roll him out right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, y'all. Let's make these babies.
And they run with Edwards off the option. Kenneth Murray, the Chargers' leading tackler, as a rookie last year, in on the stop.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Working with 2nd and 5 now. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big connection on that one. 39 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. On the counter, it's Edwards. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Huntley to throw. Dumps it off to Edwards. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll give him 4 yards there. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And the Ravens are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Here's Huntley. Sliding out of the pocket. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They'll try and run. Edwards. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 21-14. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Every time I see James Robinson make a run, as we just saw there, one word comes to mind for me, and that's determined. Undrafted, out of Illinois State, always doubted, and all he did, finished 6th in the NFL in rushing. What a find he was in 2020. He expects that to continue in 2021.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's 2nd and 9. From the 50, here's Herbert. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 31-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers! Isaiah McKenzie, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Here we go, D.
Play action. It's Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Asante Samuel. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 8 yards to go on second down. They'll run again here with Robinson. Robinson, a first down and then some. And down to the 19-yard line. 59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Herbert now. Flushed out right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Or they'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Robinson again. He fights his way in for a Charger touchdown. James Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are going to take the lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. McCann's got it teed up. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the The Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Linval Joseph able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11 now. Off the option, here's Edwards. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They go play action with Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, Parker, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. The Charger drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing, Herbert. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Second and 10. Herbert to throw. And he will find his man Ruggs.
You know they pay me extra for this.
Touchdown! Henry Ruggs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. McCann's got it teed up. Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
Throwing, Jackson.
Being chased out left. And past the 40 before it is out of bounds. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's Jackson.
Flush to his right. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Jackson to throw. And he'll go right back to Andrews.
A gain of 6 there on first. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Jackson.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Jackson.
Incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Now he's forced out left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Herbert to a knee, and that should just about write an end to this one.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter.